Caligula! The name conjures images of excess, madness, and seashells? Yes, you read that right. This Roman emperor, infamous for his eccentricities, once declared war on the sea itself. It's a tale as bizarre as it is hilarious, a testament to the unpredictable whims of absolute power. Imagine a world leader today declaring war on, say, gravity or perhaps Monday mornings. That's the level of absurdity we're dealing with here. Buckle up, dear reader, as we dive headfirst into this watery tale of imperial madness. To understand Caligula, one must understand Rome. This wasn't your average empire, this was the big leagues, a sprawling domain of power and glory. It was also, let's be honest, a bit of a pressure cooker for its rulers. Now picture young Caligula thrust onto the throne after a tumultuous period. Power, they say, corrupts, and absolute power. Well, you get the idea. Caligula's reign started normally enough, but soon, whispers of strange behavior began to circulate. Was it the pressure of the crown, a touch of sunstroke, or was it something else entirely? The story goes that Caligula, in a fit of pique, possibly after a particularly frustrating encounter with a clam, decided that the sea itself was his enemy. Now most people, faced with the vastness of the ocean, might feel a sense of awe or perhaps a healthy dose of fear. Not Caligula. He ordered his legions, those proud warriors of Rome, to march upon the waves. Yes, you read that right. Armed with swords and spears, they waded into the surf, slashing at the water, hurling javelins at the foam. One can only imagine the looks on their faces. The sea, being the sea, didn't exactly surrender, but Caligula, ever the optimist, declared victory anyway. After all, his soldiers had returned, soaked to the bone but otherwise unharmed, with armfuls of seashells. Yes, seashells. The spoils of war, according to the emperor. These weren't just any seashells, mind you. Oh no, these were the enemy's treasure, proof of Rome's triumph over the very forces of nature. One can only imagine the speeches, the pronouncements, the grand pronouncements about the might of Rome and the humbling of the sea. Unpacking Caligula's motivations. Historians still debate the why behind Caligula's marine misadventure. Was he truly mad, or was there a method to his madness? Some argue it was a display of power, a way to remind everyone, including perhaps himself, who was boss. Others believe it was a symbolic gesture, a way to intimidate his enemies, both real and imagined. After all, if you can defeat the sea, what chance does a mere mortal stand? The tale of Caligula's war on the sea has echoed through the ages, a cautionary tale of power and its intoxicating effects. But it's also, let's face it, utterly hilarious. It's the kind of story that makes you shake your head and chuckle, a reminder that even the most powerful among us are capable of truly spectacular acts of absurdity. And perhaps that's the most enduring legacy of Caligula's watery war. It reminds us not to take ourselves or our leaders too seriously. Modern parallels to Caligula's antics. In our modern world of social media gaffes and political blunders, it's not hard to imagine a present-day Caligula. Picture a world leader tweeting threats at a hurricane, or declaring victory in a trade war by brandishing a cheap plastic toy made in the defeated country. The details may have changed, but the human capacity for ridiculousness remains timeless. History can be a grim business, full of wars, famines, and plagues, but it's also full of moments of pure, unadulterated absurdity. Moments that remind us that even in the darkest of times, there's always room for a good laugh. Caligula's war on the sea is one such moment. It's a reminder that sometimes the best way to deal with the absurdity of life is to simply laugh at it. So, there you have it, the story of the emperor who declared war on the sea. It's a story of madness, of power, of seashells. But most of all, it's a story that reminds us that sometimes, truth is stranger and funnier than fiction. And who knows, maybe somewhere out there in the depths of the ocean a lone clam still bears the scars of Rome's glorious victory. Or maybe not. But either way, it's a tale worth telling.